Hey everybody, in this video I am going to answer the question, what is email marketing? If you're new to the channel, I discuss strategies and techniques for building email lists. If you're interested in learning more about email list building, then be sure to check out the first link in the description. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. What I'm going to do is answer the question, what is email marketing? And the way that I decided to do that was to put together a presentation that just has a series of questions, as you see here, and we're going to cover each one. And then by the end, hopefully you'll understand, or the answer to the question is, what is email marketing? So up here, the first question we have is, what are we doing? So as I come up here to the slide and ask the question, what are we doing? So the base definition of email marketing is the process of using automation to send emails for the purpose of advertising something, requesting something, or to solicit sales. The purpose of what we're doing with email marketing, the function, is to advertise, request somebody to go do something or to look at something or whatever it is that you're trying to do, is simply a request, or to solicit a sale. So we do these three things in the process of sending emails, and we do it through automation, which is key. Automation is the key to email marketing. The next question we get to is, how do we get their contact information? How do we get them, right? So really we collect their email. And of course then, because that's the obvious thing, it's just a statement, we collect their email. But of course, yeah, how, right? Well, we bribe them. And I know that sounds sinister, I guess. The word bribe is a sinister word. But in this case, it's an ethical bribe. So basically, we offer them something of high perceived value. And I've got that in bold there because it's very important. And we do this for free in exchange. So we have something that they want, some piece of information, be it this email, it's going to be electronic. In rare cases, that might be a physical product, but the vast majority of the time, it's a digital product, and it has information that is valuable to the person. It's something that they want to know that will change their lives in some positive way. It will move them forward somehow, via monetarily, or with time, or making something more simple, or all the above. So what we do then is just say, hey, we have this product. The higher the perceived value, the greater the chance the person will turn over their contact information. In this case, that contact information is simply an email. That product, that high perceived value product, is called a lead magnet. So we exchange a lead magnet for their email. And that answers the question, how do we get their email? So where do we put them? We've collected the email. The person has exchanged their email for our lead magnet, the high perceived value item. Where do we put them? We put the email address in a specialized database. So just think about it, we're opening up a container and throwing it in there. In computer terms, those containers are called database. Well, in this particular instance, this is a specialized database, and it's referred to as an autoresponder or an ESP, an email service provider. These are the two names given to the specialized database used for email marketing. The most common one is the one I have here in the top, is the autoresponder. That's the one I hear most common. Well, these database companies do much more than just store and respond to email. I personally would rather use the ESP, but I find myself using autoresponder because that's what I hear most. So now that we've answered the question, what are we doing? And then how do we get them? And then where do we put them? What do we do with them once we've put them in that container, specialized database known as an autoresponder? Well, we're talking about emails, so the statement seems kind of obvious, but if we send them emails, there are three basic types of emails. The first is the type where you send them a lesson, a seminar, something that will, much like the lead magnet, move their life ahead in some way, monetarily or with time or with ease of what it is you're telling them. So they're just tips and tricks, full-blown lessons. Another type is a reference. You let them in on something, some article you saw, some product or service, again, that would move their life forward, make whatever it is that they're interested in easier. So it's a reference point. So you send it out and say, hey, check this out. And it's simply just that. The third type is, well, you pitch them something. You say, hey, there's this widget of some sort that, of course, is going to do the same thing, move your life forward in some monetary way or time or ease of whatever it is they're doing. All of these have that in common, is that your message needs to do that. It's the same as the lead magnet. You always need to provide that value with your emails. But they come in those three. The emails come in those three types, where you teach them something, you let them in on something, or you try to sell a product to them. And I prefer with selling the product to them to just almost be like a reference, where I say, hey, come check this out. So now we know what we're doing, we know what we're getting, we know where we're putting them, we know what we do with them. How do we do that? It's all done through your email service provider. There are two basic methods of emailing. The first is an email sequence, and this is automated. And this is where the power of your email service provider or autoresponder, and that's a lot why people call it an autoresponder, is because it's automatic. And that is where you get the enormous power of email marketing. You set up sequences that you can set them up for, in most cases with most providers, an unlimited amount of time. You could literally set up an email campaign, and that's what it's called, is a campaign, for a year every day. So you set up 365 emails. When somebody becomes a subscriber, they again trade their email for your lead magnet of value. You could have a campaign to send them an email every single day, or until the time at which they unsubscribe for your list because they've lost interest, because for them you're not providing value in your emails. And that's the reason that people unsubscribe, is that they don't get the value out of it. So as long as you're providing value, they will continue to remain on your email list and continue to open your emails. That's key. Value is key. I actually can't say that enough, because that is 100% the key to getting people to open your emails and stay on your list. And the longer they stay on your email list and the more emails they open, the greater chance you have to monetize an email list. The other type is a broadcast. The greatest example I have of a broadcast email, it's just a one-off email. It's a custom email. And that example would be, I just created a YouTube video and I want to tell all my subscribers that I just did so. So I can jump into my email service provider, craft an email through their composer, just like you would, let's say, Gmail's composer, and send it to an entire list. So if I had 15,000 people on a list, that maybe some of them were active subscribers, some of them had been subscribers of my YouTube channel, but all of them still remained on my email list because I captured their email in addition to just being a YouTube subscriber, I could say, hey, I just released a video on this particular subject. Go check it out and have a link to it. That would be a broadcast email. I don't ever know when I'm going to create that YouTube video, so I don't know how I would ever put it in a sequence. So broadcast is just a one-off special announcement that you want to communicate to your entire list or a segment of your list. And an email sequence is automated. You set it up one time and the computer handles it. That's the process of answering the question, what is email marketing? From an overall standpoint, just as a recap, and answer the question, what is email marketing? We're just simply communicating with people, building a relationship with them. We're using email to do it, and we automate as much of that as possible. Or actually, we automate the entire thing. When I discuss the two types of email, broadcast or automated, you don't necessarily have to send broadcast emails. This entire process of email marketing can be automated. Now that you know the answer to what is email marketing, I highly suggest you watch the video that I created, Why Email Marketing. Follow the video link or the end card, and that video will answer the question why you should get into email marketing now that you know what email marketing is. Do me a favor, if you have questions, things you want to know, ask them in the comments. Those comments allow me to build content that you want to see. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.